After watching Squid Game and Train to Busan multiple times, it is possible to say that Squid Game can be the catalyst of the zombie infection in the Train to Busan. First of all, we know three things so far. Number one, a biotech company is responsible for the zombie virus. Number two, the location of the Squid Game is on an island. Number three, a zombie has been seen by the gods. Now, let's connect the dots. We know that the biotech company where Gong Yu works for is responsible for the zombie infection. However, we don't really know what kind of work they do in the biotech company. Could it be some sort of human experiment? Or could the business even be owned by one of the VIPs? In the Squid Game, all the people have to sign away their bodies. Even though I know that it is all about gambling the human beings, but number one is a very smart businessman. Would he really just cremate all the dead bodies without making any additional profits? Or maybe he could be selling some of the cadavers to research institutes for more money. It does happen in the real world. Even the frontman is well aware that there is some organ harvesting business happening underground, but he doesn't seem to care, probably because they are also doing it. Now, theoretically speaking, Gong Yu assumes that his job is to recruit people for scientific experiments. Maybe that's why he needs to test the endurance of the participants. In Train to Busan, Gong Yu claims that he is a fund manager, but everybody just calls him a bloodsucker. Maybe there is some truth to that. Now, we need to find out where the biotech company is. Could it be anywhere the Squid Game island is? In Train to Busan, we know that there is a chemical leak in the biotech district. At the beginning of the movie, we can see the truck driving off to somewhere called Jingyang. And later on in the news, we can see that the Jingyang reservoir was contaminated. On the map, we can locate Jingyang here, and there are some small islands there as well. However, every time we see the arena in the Squid Game, there is no land in sight. When the police officers follow the vans, he arrives at a port. That port is probably fake, and so are the street names because I cannot find any information on them. But there are around 20 ports in Korea. And remember the organ harvesting team also mentioned that they are dealing with the Chinese smugglers? So we can safely assume that the port is more likely to be on this side of South Korea because it is closer to China. There are many isolated islands in the ocean, so it is possible for the Squid Game to take place in any one of them without ever being detected. Now that we have worked out where the zombie virus are possibly coming from, let's talk about the zombies. The gods talk about that a zombie came back to life, how it stared at them with one eye popping out, and at the end, they have to use a metal stick to beat the zombie to death. Maybe after all the experiments happening on the island, some workers or even players are infected with some strain of virus. However, the virus have never been exposed to the outside world because all the workers are alive and pretty much only one player can make it out alive. Also, the guards are told to never take their mask off or else they will be killed. Maybe the mask is also some form of protection against the virus. So if anyone is infected with the virus, I think they are going to be executed anyway. So how did the virus leak? There is this theory. That time when the police officer shot the guard in the head and the dead body fell in the water, that's probably how the virus transmits in the ocean and infects the wildlife. Remember the beginning of Train to Busan? The deer is zombified? Well, if a virus can be transmitted from an animal to a human being, that is horrifying. Oh, wait.